8th Annual EyesOn Design Awards, presented by the Detroit Institute of Ophthalmology. The awards are sponsored by the Institute. There are two new features this year to the awards. The first is the Design Catalyst Award, which will be given by Wayne Cherry to Mr. Lutz. The second is a panel discussion by the design leaders immediately following the awards. It is really with great sadness that we learned this week of the sudden, untimely death of Imre Moeller, the great auto designer who has been so instrumental in bringing Detroit vehicle and design at the College for Creative Studies to international prominence. Imre was my friend, a supporter of these awards, and he will be terribly missed throughout the auto design world. This year, our awards are dedicated to the memory of Chuck Jordan. Next year, we will dedicate these awards to Imre Moeller. In 2012, the Institute accepted an invitation to join the Henry Ford Health System as the Research and Education Division of the Department of Ophthalmology. This alliance will greatly elevate each of the Institute's programs and events. We are honored tonight to have with us Dr. Paul Edwards, the chairman of the Department of Ophthalmology. May I ask him for a moment to stand up and receive all of our welcoming applause. He's now my boss. At any rate, although the Ford Motor Company and the Ford Foundation and the Henry Ford Health System were all started by the famous automaker, they are not affiliated. They are totally separate organizations. There is no connection between them. Thus, our awards are in no way influenced by this new relationship. Today's event raises money for the support of programs related to the visually impaired and blind. By your journalistic support of these awards, you are indeed helping to lift a portion of the burden of your fellow man. Over 25 years ago, the automotive design community took an interest in the Detroit Institute of Ophthalmology. Their consistent support has helped coordinate research related to the eye on a global basis, both in terms of how the eye relates to the safe operation of a motorized vehicle, and also in the fabrication of visual prosthetics, which will help many persons now blind to recover some level of useful vision. We are proud to again be the beneficiary of these awards. We thank you. And we thank our esteemed panel of judges selected by Tom Gale's very stiff criteria. We thank our docents, we thank our sponsors, and we thank all of you for attending and supporting EyesOn Design and the Detroit Institute of Ophthalmology. May I introduce now, with great pride, our Master of Ceremonies, a premier voice for the auto industry, a loyal supporter of the Detroit Institute of Ophthalmology, and our great friend, John McElroy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hesberg. And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the EyesOn Design Awards. Before we announce the best concept and production vehicles, we want to introduce the new Design Catalyst Award. For years, EyesOn Design has presented the annual Lifetime Design Achievement Award, selected by the previous winners of the award. The Lifetime Design Achievement Award winner recognizes the legends of the automotive design profession. Sponsored by Lax Wheel Trim, the new Design Catalyst Award gives each year's EyesOn Design Lifetime Design Achievement Award winner the opportunity to honor an executive who championed design during their careers and within their company. The following video was prepared for this event by Lax.
Lax Wheel Trim Systems is pleased to introduce the Evolve Hybrid Wheel. providing fuel efficiency by design.
Historically, our product, and it's been very successful in the marketplace, it's been very successful with our customers. If I can be dangerous at generalizing how it's been used, it's because of its great finish and the design benefit that that enables.
With the government mandate on fuel mileage expectation that has been placed on the OEs, we wanted to see what our product could do from a functional standpoint, both aerodynamic and weight, which could contribute into improving miles per gallon.
An Evolve hybrid wheel is a hybrid composite structured wheel using a lightweight backbone wheel structure combined with a beauty face that's shaped to have beneficial aerodynamic properties.
Reducing weight, but at a component level for the wheel, and improving aerodynamics on the vehicle, both of which are very important to achieve fuel economy. And the Evolve hybrid wheel enables both of those things to happen at the same time. We used third-party testing.
Roush Industries, a well-respected technical leader in the industry,
to add credibility to the results of what we developed and proved. And to do that, you have to run a vehicle on a test track.
And in doing so, we came out with some great results.
1.1 miles per gallon for highway, 0.4 miles per gallon city. Those are very, very high mileage improvements from our wheels.
So our OE customers are looking at reduced weight and improved aerodynamics, and for a wheel, the balance of both of those attributes is often quite difficult without the composite wheel technology that we have.
We have a product that can help you achieve your fuel mileage objectives and also be cosmetically and design appropriate for you selling your product. We have that.
Lax Wheel Trim is the leading pioneer of innovative wheel solutions to the global industry, and we're pleased to have them as a sponsor. I'm now going to invite Wayne Cherry, former Vice President of Design at General Motors and the 2013 EyesOn Design Lifetime Design Achievement Award winner, onto the stage to present the award. Joining him is James Ardern, Director of Business Development of Lax Wheel Trim. Wayne, it's all yours.
Well, thank you, John, and good afternoon, everyone. You know, as John mentioned, each year, the EyesOn Design has the former winners of the Lifetime Achievement Design Award to select a new designer to be honored. And I feel very privileged this year that they have selected me. Now, when one thinks about their career or other people's careers, you know, most of us have worked for a person or persons who have been instrumental in our careers. You know, someone who made a significant difference to our work. And that's why this year we introduce a new award we call the Design Catalyst Award. Now, I'd like to go over a quote of someone who was a design catalyst, someone who made an impact in design in many, many designers' careers. And this is the way it reads. I'm sure we all realize how much appearance has to do with sales. With all cars fairly good mechanically, it's a dominating proposition. And in a product such as ours, where the individual appeal is so great, it means a tremendous influence on our future prosperity. That was written in July the 8th, 1926. By a gentleman by the name of Alfred P. Sloan, who was the chairman of General Motors. And of course, the rest of that is history. So this is what this award is all about, to celebrate those individuals who understand design. They understand the importance of design in making a difference. They also are individuals who have impacted design and designers' careers. In many cases, letting them do what they do best, focus on the product and design. Now, as you all know, many people impact careers, and it takes many people to create a successful product. But some people do stand out. Some people make a difference. Some people change the paradigm and break the rules. And I'm sure there are designers at General Motors, BMW,
Ford and Chrysler, and that certainly includes myself, would all agree that Bob Lutz is someone who made a difference to us. He changed the paradigm. He broke the rules, old ones as well as most of the new ones. Now, I've known Bob since the 60s, when I was at Vauxhall and Bob was at Opel. And throughout his nearly 50 years in the industry, he has been known and respected for the passion, enthusiasm, and his commitment to design excellence. He certainly is one of my heroes. So I was delighted to hear that Bob was coming back to General Motors. Now, a lot of people have taken credit for suggesting that Bob to come back to GM and head up product development, but I know I was definitely one of them. Bob's involvement brought immediate changes to GM's product development, their products, design's influence, and my career. So it's a great honor for me to bring to the stage the first person to receive the new Design Catalyst, and I think the most appropriate person to receive the new Design Catalyst Award, Bob Lutz. Bob, you made a difference. Everywhere you went, you made a difference. The proof is in the product. We want to thank you for what you've done.
Well, thank you very much, Wayne, for that. And oh, I'm sorry, I get it first. All right.
Yeah, then we'll take it back.
All right.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it's very nicely done. Very tasteful. Good design, too. Thank you. Well, thanks very much. I'm greatly honored, and I must say, I especially appreciate the designation enabler of good design, because sometimes the media get it wrong and they say Lutz designed this and Lutz designed that and Lutz is a good designer. And I always feel like an imposter because I am absolutely, my artistic ability in no way qualifies me as a designer. But I think the mantle of design enabler, I think, fits me very well. The reason I've always enabled design to the extent possible is that I've always been passionate about beautiful objects, especially beautiful automobiles, because that's the field I'm in. But the importance of superior aesthetics also applies in many, many aspects of our daily lives. It's the furniture we like, the appliances we use, brown coffee machines as opposed to lesser brands with cheap plastics. It's one of my early favorites was Parker 51 pens, which I thought was a brilliant design for a writing instrument. Then it was the long era of beautiful cross writing instruments. It's beautiful watches, but I think the thing we're all here for today is to celebrate the art of beauty, the overpowering influence of beauty in automotive design. And Alfred P. Sloan said it in 1925, and he actually practiced what he preached because he was very close to Harley Earl. Harley Earl had a hotline on his desk directly to Alfred P. Sloan, and when he was being given trouble by engineering or manufacturing, he'd pick up the phone and say, Mr. Sloan, they're bugging me again. And Alfred P. Sloan would put it right, because he believed, he actually totally lived up to what he said. He believed very strongly that the company with design leadership is going to thrive. And it's, look at the reversal of fortunes of Nissan about 10 or 15 years ago, when they went from these dull, universal Japanese sedan lumps to suddenly very beautiful, exciting cars like the Nissan Murano, first generation, and so forth. Look at the resurgence of Hyundai and Kia. Their cars are no better than they were 5 years ago, but the sales globally are doubling and tripling. And what Alfred P. Sloan said about all cars are good, nowadays you can say not only are all cars good, I could give somebody $1 million prize for the challenge of finding a bad car. The person couldn't do it. It doesn't exist anymore. All cars have superlative fuel economy. Safety is government mandated anyway. Fuel economy is government mandated anyway. Interior safety and protrusions and visibility requirement, it's all government mandated. So everybody's at a very high level. What is left is a different quality and reliability. The worst car in the survey today would have won the survey 5 years ago. So what are we talking about? J.D. Power has to multiply the numbers by 10 every few years in order to create the aura of difference, because instead of tenths of a defect, they just multiply it by 10 again so that they can sell the survey. So quality and reliability today, essentially at parity. What's left is design, and it is a perfectly rational thing for a purchaser to base his or her purchasing decision on design. It seems so logical to all of us in this room. Sadly, this knowledge has not universally penetrated into all minds in all the large automobile companies. But I think through events such as this, and by maybe in subsequent years honoring others in the industry who try, like I have tried in my career, to enable good design, maybe it will finally sink in. Thank you very much for the award. Thank you for your attention. And I now turn it back over to John McElroy. Thanks, John.
Thanks very much, Bob. Yeah. Pretty cool to see two automotive legends of the design field together again. Well, now it's time to present the two EyesOn Design Awards from the floor here at the North American International Auto Show. These awards are among the most important awards within the automotive design community, and the awards grace the winners' studios around the world. At the beginning of the show, the North American Car and Truck of the Year Awards were chosen by journalists. After that, automakers kicked off all kinds of press conferences, unveiled all kinds of new cars and concepts. That's when the EyesOn Design judges went out and assessed and debated the merits of each new vehicle to determine the 3 finalists for concept vehicles at this show and the 3 finalists for a production vehicle. They then select one winner in each category. The important work of our judges cannot take place without our docents. Many of these individuals are esteemed designers in their own right. And I'd like to call the docents up onto stage right now, too. Very good, ladies and gentlemen, please, a warm round of applause for all the docents that took place in this year's judging. And I'd ask you now to all take your seats. Thank you. The EyesOn Award judges are active and retired North American and global heads of design from automotive manufacturers, transportation design chairs from major art schools, and designers from other professions with their insight into automotive design. And here are the judges to start coming in right now. Judges, please come on stage, starting with Willie G. Davidson. Chuck Pelly, Jack Telnack, Mark Adams, Charles Allen, Ann Asensio, Maury Callum, Christopher Chapman, Wayne Cherry, Dan Duranku, Ralph Gilles, Kevin Hunter, Derek Jenkins, Hubert E. Lee, Jens Mansky, Dave Merrick, Tom Matano, Keith Nagara, Sukgun Oh, Kevin Parkinson, Steve Pasteiner, Lorenzo Ramaciotti, Stuart Reed, Patrick Schiavone, Mark Trossel Sr., Taro Ueda, Franz von Holzhausen, and Mark West. I gotta tell you folks, pretty impressive lineup of designers. I don't know is that we've seen this kind of collection on one stage in one part of the world, except at last year's show. And the chief judges will now please join me up on the podium. I'm going to invite Jack Telnack to take it and introduce the other judges. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. So, the first category is for the best concept vehicle, sponsored by Dassault Systems. And of course, it is the EyesOn Design founding sponsor starting in 2005. Dassault Systems' support and partnership throughout the years is especially appreciated. Please enjoy a brief video that they prepared for us. Thank you, Dassault, for your support of this. You know, all the judges up here were really selected by 3 chief judges, who are Jack Telnack, retired vice president, Ford Motor Company, Willie G. Davidson, chief styling officer emeritus for Harley Davidson, and Chuck Pelly, creative director for the Design Academy. We want to thank all of you for having led all the judges today. And now I'd like to ask Jack Telnack back up here to announce the finalists, and I'd like to invite Phil Burchard, the client executive of Dassault, to join him. Gentlemen, all yours.
Thank you, John. It was my pleasure to announce the 4 finalists in the Concept Vehicle Award category, starting with the Ford Atlas. It's one of the best concept vehicles. It's a takeoff on the 150 size pickup truck, and it's very evolutionary, very much a takeoff on the Ford theme of the Tonka and the Super Chief that Ford's been working with for some years. And this is probably somewhat of an indication of the next generation F-150. At least we assume it is. The next finalist is the Lincoln MKC, which is a small SUV. It's the white vehicle that was on the far end of the display area there. Very elegant and with a very dramatic white interior in the vehicle. The next was the Nissan Renaissance concept. The best way I can describe that is it had very extreme body sections, and almost exaggerated, and a very glassy greenhouse on it, and exquisite detailing. And the 4th finalist in that was the Hyundai HCD 14 Genesis. Again, a very elegant example of a luxury entry, I'm assuming, if Hyundai decides to get into the luxury segment of the market. So those were the 4 finalists, and now we would like to announce the winner. Is that a drum rail or the train going by again? Well, this is somewhat unique. I don't think this has ever happened before with this organization. We happen to have a tie in the concept category, and the winners are the Ford Atlas and the Nissan Renaissance concept. Yeah, is there somebody here to accept? Somebody here to accept. Did you want to say a few words on there? Sure. We got somebody here to accept the award? John, is there somebody here to accept the award for Ford? I guess not. Okay. Yes. Yeah, but we're looking for somebody to receive the award. So, oh, here they come. Okay, fine. Thank you. We have Joe Piaskowski. Congratulations, Joe. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Do we have to dissect this? We're going to cut it in half. Yeah. And Nissan. And here's the Nissan team. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Yeah. Outstanding car. Take a picture with the truck. You want to get in the middle of the stage where you can get a better picture? Yeah, okay. All right. So good. Yeah.
Now we move to the Best Production Vehicle category. This is presented by Ticona Engineering Polymers, a leading-edge materials company, and please enjoy the following video. Thank you, Tacona, for your support in this. And of course, they're a high-performance engineering polymers company. Okay, now I'd like to introduce Willie G. Davidson to introduce the finalists and the winner. And I'd also like to invite Amit Gupta, Director of Sales for Americas of Tacona, to join him.
Thank you. I've done this for several years, and I always have to say thank you for including me, an invitation to be a part of this group of great designers is a very humbling experience, and I'm literally thrilled to be here. As a designer, an artist, and creator, the people behind me are world famous and highly talented. I have the pleasure of announcing the best production vehicle. There are 4 on the list. BMW M6 Grand Coupe, the Audi RS7 Sportback, the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, and the ELR Cadillac. And the winner is the ELR Cadillac. Great, congratulations.
Congratulations to the 2013 finalists and the winners of the EyesOn Design Awards. I'm now going to ask the judges to step off the stage up here, but not all of you, because we're going to have a design panel discussion. So I'd like to invite Anna Sencio of Dassault Systems, Ralph Gilles of the Chrysler Group, Dave Merrick of Honda R&D North America, and Franz von Holzhausen of Tesla to remain on stage while the rest of you depart. And while we take a minute to get situated, I'd like to bring up the moderator of this panel discussion, Stuart Reed of the Art Center College of Design. Stuart?
Thank you.
How you doing?
Am I going to use this? Because I'm already mic.
No, you don't need to use this.
Great.
So we'll leave it up to those guys.
Probably. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe you.